So for me, as a traveling trader, and the way that I trade is totally different than when I first started off on my journey. So before I was an options trader, right, and I was using my own capital, meaning I was putting my own money up, and I would put it in the account, and I would trade. I would look at the charts, right. I was also living in Japan at the time, so the time zone difference is pretty serious. And then we also have the New York time zone that we're basing it off of because that's I trade American stocks, right? So the market's open between 9:30 to 4 p.m. and usually those are the hours that you can actively trade. But now I trade futures, not options, so a little bit different. Futures is a 24/7 market for one, and two, I don't use my own money because now there's something that exists called funded trading. Funding traded is basically you have the skill of trading, but you need to pass a challenge, right? And you'll pay a fee to get in the challenge. It's a monthly occurring fee. If you can pass the challenge within the time period, right, that 30 days that you paid for, then it's easy enough to get a funded account and then you can continue to manage your money or their money and you'll be able to make a profit split. So the company I work with is called Top Step. They do a 90-10 split. You're able to take payouts up to $10,000 before even splitting the profit with them in the first place. Their fees are pretty low and the challenge is only one step now, which is super cool. If I were to use my own money, if we were to do some math and put it into perspective, imagine you're using $10,000 and you need to sustain your lifestyle. For me here, while I'm traveling, probably spend $30,000 a year. So if I had $10,000, I would have to double that 10K twice. That'll lead me up to 30,000, right? But if I had access to $500,000, right, at that point, making 10%. So before we said 100% of 10K would get you 10K. Getting 10% of 50 or 500,000 will be $50,000. So being funded, right, doing a funded trading account, you can get accounts that have 100K to 150K, and some even higher. The company I work with, the highest you can get is 150, and then you can kind of mediate after a certain amount of time you've been trading with them to increase the size of your account, or you can trade to increase the size of your account. There's also AI for like copy trader and stuff that you can trade multiple accounts at one time as if you're just trading one big account. So you can have three 150K accounts, right? So that leads us up to $400,000. Making 10% of $400,000 isn't hard, and that'll be $40,000 a year. So if it costs me 30 bands to live, whether we're talking about in Asia, because it's like super cheap, you're able to make that 40, right, $40,000 off of a $400,000 account with just making 10%. I can tell you right now, consistently, yes, it is hard to make 10% trading other commodities, but trading futures is just totally different ballgame. It's just all based off of your particular trading style, right? So for me, I trade for an hour a day. I don't trade every single day, but when I do trade, it's because I see my setup. So sometimes it's Monday through Friday. Sometimes I only see it, one day out of the week. So it all depends on how the market sets up. In that manner, it allows me to live my life, right? Travel the way I do, is because the funded trading aspect of it is I get access to way more capital than I even have to put in, for one. And two, I'm able to get those payouts and it comes from a company, which helps with another aspect, right? So let's get into this one. For taxes, you would pay capital gains tax on your money if you put your money into your account. But you working with a company, you are now classified as a contractor, right, or a freelancer, which means you're taxed a little bit differently than a personal trading account, which is cool because now the tax write-offs are totally different. So we won't get too much into that because you should probably seek a professional on that topic, but understand that the tax benefits are a lot better on the funded trading side of things, especially if you're managing a trading business and you're not just trying to make a couple of dollars, to buy something different. I'm actually trading to like make a living for my life. So a little bit different. So to manage this lifestyle, literally as long as funded trading exists and I'm able to maintain an account, manage the funds, get the payouts, then I get to use their money for the expenditure in my life while I get to reinvest the extra profit that I make, and also for my business income in order to manage my long-term account without ever having to pay capital gains tax on something like that, because I'm not going to take payouts from my own money, taking payouts from theirs. So that's why I like doing funded trading over regularly trading. So back to the initial question of how you manage to, stay up, right, and making the money and stuff. You don't risk your own bread when you're funded trading. So it's simply you lose the account and you just go and try another account, basically. So if you have three accounts, by the time you lose one, you can still use the other two, and you can always, be doing a challenge simultaneously. So it's very achievable.